It's your boy MoneyBoy Flacko, and we keep it a honcho. And I'm coming at y'all with another reaction video. We're finna be reacting to a little review of the Netflix series You. And it's gonna be a review of season 3. If y'all haven't been sleeping under a rock, that's the new season that just dropped. I finished binge watching it like probably like a couple days ago. Not gonna lie, and it was pretty decent. Like I have a lot of opinions on it, which I'll let y'all know about throughout the reaction. Cause I mean, I'm not gonna give y'all like my review on it, cause it's not a review video. I might do a separate video on that. The show is crazy though. My one opinion that I do want to give, and before I even say anything, this is a spoiler. So if y'all haven't watched it yet, then I suggest y'all click off this video, go watch it, then watch this video so y'all can understand what I'm talking about. But if y'all already watched it, then get ready for what I'm about to say. So basically, my main opinion on season 3, from what I learned, is that Love and Joe is just never satisfied. Like, them niggas is just toxic as hell, bro. Like, they never satisfied. There's some unsatisfied psychos, bro. Like, I really thought season 3 they was gonna be like, cause you know they basically the same. They both psycho. They they'll kill for each other, but them niggas wasn't even satisfied with each other. So I'm just like, how the two people that's like the closest made for each other just not satisfied? Like, but I really think season 3 was probably, damn, if I'm gonna keep it a stack, do I want to say it's my favorite season out of all of them? I really don't know. I really don't know. I think it is a good season though, I'm not gonna lie. It might be the best season. Cause I really didn't know it was gonna like pop off. But yeah, we finna be, oh yeah, I'm gonna have my chips for this reaction. I got the Pringles sour cream and onion. Dig what I'm saying? I'm gonna snack on it during this reaction, cause it's an 11-minute long video. I'm probably not gonna try to pause as much since it's 11 minutes and 24 seconds. But the name of the video we are reacting to is gonna be 40 Killer Details You Missed in You Season 3. I wanna see what I missed, cause like I always love Easter eggs and shit. But I didn't think of course I didn't think it was any Easter eggs cause I wasn't paying attention, but yeah, it's just crazy, bro. Like, oh yeah, one more thing I want to say. I know I said I was going to give my review, but what's really is crazy, which I feel like they'll say is an Easter egg, is when Love was growing that plant that like paralyze your whole body and stop your heart. And the fact that Joe already knew she was doing that and had an antidote at the end, but didn't let it be known until like the very couple last minutes of last episode of episode 10 is just wild, bro. I'm like, bruh. So he was really ahead of the game. She was already planning on killing this dude way before she even found out he was cheating for sure. Which is just, it helped me like find out that like, alright, Love is more psycho and crazy than Joe. And I really thought like it was probably gonna be the other way around type shit. But yeah. With no further ado, let me open these chips first. Alright, they open. Let's get to the video.
From lethal workouts to secret back hat tips, You Season 3 is packed with tons of sneaky Easter eggs, callbacks and pop culture references. Yippee-ki-yay, movie lovers, I'm Jan, and in this video I'm revealing 40 killer details you might have missed in Season 3 of You. Spoilers ahead, so take care if you're not caught up. When Joe becomes obsessed with his neighbour Natalie, as we see him go off to snoop on her, he grabs his old trusty stalking cap, which has been placed on top of an Ernest Hemingway biography, a nod to how he dressed up as the famous author for Beck's birthday party in Season 1.
Why are you wearing a turtleneck? I'm Hemingway.
And it's also
I would not have known that.
The author came up during one of the dates Joe...
It's crazy. All I know is the I mean, everybody knows his stalking cap though. That's the only thing I would have noticed. He never got rid of that shit. I said I wasn't gonna pause too, my bad.
It went on to make Love jealous in season 2.
You know, you're Hemingway. Very sexy.
The seed for Joe's decision to get away from Love and take Henry with him is planted in his mind during his conversation with Natalie, who comments that kids aren't handcuffs. It's a neat little remark that calls back to the literal handcuffs that Joe almost killed Love with in the season 2 finale, just before she blurted out that she was pregnant with his child, stopping him in his tracks.
He is the only reason I'm alive.
While Joe is creepily stalking Natalie at the library,
that was true.
he stood right next to a stand of Scott Landon books, a wicked reference to the Stephen King novel Lisey's Story, which features a stalker harassing the wife of author Scott Landon. After Joe murders Marianne,
I don't know a lot of these Easter eggs. I'm not into books like that.
away from the crime scene, he sarcastically comments,
Always stay through Shavasana.
a humorously dark reference to the yoga position commonly known as a corpse pose, which involves lying like a dead body on your back, which is how Ryan ends up right outside a yoga studio. When Joe and Marianne discover they shared a similar childhood as they were both abandoned by their parents, a connection between the pair begins to form. The beginning of their illicit relationship is also signalled by the fact they're standing next to a book titled Truly Madly Guilty. As Joe tries to keep his marriage with Love on an even enough keel that she doesn't find out about Marianne and kill her, he gets his wife a present of an expensive casserole dish she's been looking for, and it's also filled with Donut Pal. This is a throwback to season 2, when Joe missed out on a trip for that same fresh strawberry and cream-filled dessert with Love.
The things that this donut shop does with fresh strawberries should be considered a sex crime.
And they were also the same donuts that Milo got for Love when she and Joe broke up. When Love's mum Dottie drunkenly rolls up for some Mexican food, the place she goes to is called Tacos de la Madre, which translates literally from Spanish as Mother's Tacos. The choice of that particular food for her and Henry certainly isn't a coincidence either, because Dottie believes that Love's baby is 40 reincarnated, and in both the TV show and original books, 40 is addicted to Taco Bell. And of course Dottie, like 40, was on a bender in that moment in the show.
Yeah, that part of the show was weird to me, how they kept trying to like live that baby through 40.
It's a good taco, don't you, baby?
The name of the fictional town where Love and Joe live, Madre Linda, also reflects season 3's emphasis on motherhood. In Spanish it means lovely or beautiful or wonderful mother, a reference to how after moving there, Love initially finds herself struggling to fit in with seemingly perfect mothers like Sherry, a successful mumfluencer. Joe describes Madre Linda as the safest neighborhood in California at the beginning, but ironically by the end it's become notorious for multiple gruesome murders and kidnappings, all supposedly committed by the town's new, less than perfect mother, Love. A new character in season 3
That was
is
crazy.
Theo, who has a touch of Joe.
See, that's crazy, bro, because that nigga Joe know how to put the blame on somebody, bro. That is crazy. But nah, as soon as they moved there, bro, I swear it was too many bodies getting caught in that neighborhood, bro. Man, it's crazy that these 40 killer details, because it's going by fast. I'm trying to catch all of them for y'all. I'm like, I ain't gonna lie, this shit was good. But make sure, like, you know, I catch all of them for y'all. Because I ain't gonna lie, some of them slipped over my head, like the book ideas, because, like, I don't be reading books like that. So I wouldn't even know about some of them books they talking about. I'll just be like, oh. But maybe y'all that, like, read and stuff, y'all probably know.
Him with his feminist pretenses and somewhat obsessive romantic pining and pushy gestures towards Love. Similar to Joe, Theo imitates iconic romantic movie moments, such as the scene from the 80s movie Say Anything, where John Cusack holds up a boombox to prove his love.
I see this in a lot of movies, though.
Of your generation, this is what the guys are supposed to do to get the girl.
What Theo didn't realise, though, is that Love just isn't that kind of girl.
Yeah, she a monster.
Rom-coms. Take away my ovaries.
In the penultimate episode, after Theo figures out Joe was driving Natalie's car...
Hang on a second. Check some out. Back to the video.
On the day she disappeared, he goes on to discover that the Conrads are currently locked up in the basement of Love's bakery. It's at this point we get to see the Expand Your Mind t-shirt he's been wearing. A nod perhaps to what a mind-blowing experience all these discoveries have been for Theo. When Sherry and Carrie eventually find the key that Love hid in the cage, it turns out it was hidden inside a tub of vanilla powder. An ironic little detail given what Sherry called Love and Joe just before she started looking.
Those two big vanilla pieces of shit.
Notice also that the brand's name on the tub is French, le meilleur, which means the best. Fitting given Love's perfectionism when it comes to cooking.
It's the best bakery in town. Shiny lamination. Definitely didn't use French butter.
Both Joe and Beck mocked the affectionate term babe in the first season.
You said babe was a default for unimaginative lovers.
And Love also hated the term when Milo used it with her in the second season.
But if you call me babe again, I'm gonna stick you in the oven.
So it's more than coincidence that when Sherry and Carrie arrive for the swinging session with Joe and Love, they start using the term with each other.
Babe, I'm all over it.
Making it a little signal on top of the many others of how the Conrads are really worlds apart from the Quinn Goldbergs.
God, these people are so much more than I thought.
News writers have a bit of fun with the dramatic trope of Chekhov's gun when Joe discovers that Carrie brought a gun to the swinging session.
This is a Chekhov situation now, isn't it? And if I touch it, I all but guarantee it gets fired.
The trope is fulfilled when Love gives it to the Conrads, who end up using it twice.
Don't get hysterical. I took a second arm.
Leaving Joe regretting not...
Yeah, that was crazy when they brought a gun. I was like, what was they gonna do with that?
Ryan.
New trope, wishing you had Chekhov's gun to fire.
The use of the trope in season 3 also calls back to the second season when 40 drunkenly explained his feature film idea at Henderson's party.
It's Chekhov's knife. As soon as we see it, you know throats are gonna get cut.
40, of course, was right, because when we saw Love expertly using a knife to butcher a piece of meat early in the second season, it was a big clue to the twist that she'd be revealed as a knife-slashing serial killer similar to Joe. Joe and Love's distrust of each other comes to a head in their last meal together when Love cooks him a roast chicken. A callback to when they first met and she took Joe on a culinary tour of LA in search of his favourite food, which ended up being the roast chicken she cooked for him that night.
Perfect bite.
Perfect.
The idea of Joe's perfect bite also came up in season 3 when he was feeling guilty about Love making him delicious food while he was thinking about Marianne.
Perfect bite. Ready?
I don't think it's a coincidence that in the library scene where Joe thinks Marianne is starting to flirt with him, she's also putting away a book with the title Vessel, a signal that she's about to become yet another vessel for Joe to project his fantasies onto, his latest you, the next in his parade of replaceable, interchangeable women from Candace to Beck, Love and Natalie, who he can obsess over and fill with his idealized view of what a perfect woman should be, then toss aside when they don't meet his manufactured version of them. Joe's warped opinion of himself as a good man, a hero even, comes up when he compares himself to the fictional character Atticus Finch from the Pulitzer Prize-winning book To Kill a Mockingbird.
You're a steady stalwart, Atticus Finch.
This idea is reinforced later on when Love's mother Dottie says that Joe looks like a young Gregory Peck, the actor who played Finch in the 1962 adaptation of the novel. Marianne, however, makes a much less flattering comparison when she makes fun of Joe's look as he arrives at work after a photo shoot with Sherry.
Whole vibe's very Patrick Bateman meets Venetian Gondola.
Marianne is on the money, of course, in comparing Joe to the fictional serial killer and unreliable narrator from American Psycho. And later on in the finale, she reveals she did have her suspicions about him. When Love is thinking about having a second baby with Joe, a daughter she hopes, she seems to settle on the name Julia, which is interesting as Marianne's daughter is called Juliet, which means Little Julia. Of course, Joe named Jane too, and in a flashback we also discover that Joe's mother had a new son called Jacob after she gave Joe up. Perhaps like Joe's mother then, Love is subconsciously trying to replace Juliet, the daughter of his new obsession, with her own little girl. A shout out to a liar who noticed that when Joe takes on the pseudonym Nick at the very end, it's likely a reference to Nick Carraway from The Great Gatsby. Similar to Joe, Nick is the narrator and a character in F. Scott Fitzgerald's famous novel, and there have been many other Great Gatsby references through the series. For instance, Joe reads from the novel to Henry in the opening episode. In season 1, Beck and Joe refer to themselves as Fitzgerald and his wife Zelda. And then there's 40's habit of calling Joe Old Sport, like Gatsby does. Joe taking on the name Nick might additionally be a subconscious reference to Dr. Nicky, who he framed for Beck's murder, and who I think could be coming back for season 4, which I talk a lot more about in my season 4 theories video.
Ad.
What's everyone waiting for? Thursday?
Ad over.
As Matthew waits for Theo, he reads about the events in what the media's dubbed the Quinn Goldberg Butcher House. An article in the real-life online women's magazine The Cut reveals that Love's reported murder-suicide has inspired memes, art, and even a K-pop viral hit titled Pie for Me, Die for Me, a nod to part of Joe's body being baked in a pie, akin to the infamous human meat pies made by Mrs. Lovett in the tale of the serial-killing barber Sweeney Todd. Apparently, Love's original name
that threw me off.
Love Muffin, both a euphemism and a throwback to how she used to leave those sweet treats in Joe's locker at Navarin.
Muffins?
Yeah, I seem to remember owing you one.
The article explains that Love wasn't able to clear the rights to the name, which could be a real-world in-joke, as it is actually the name of a singles website in real life. And curiously, it's also the name of the antagonist group in Disney's animated Phineas and Ferb.
Disney should sue these people.
The article's accompanying
okay, I remember
Love and
that.
Joe's wedding and its depiction of a blood-covered cake with the bride murderously bashing the groom from behind is a humorous callback to Kiki's cupcake order at the top of the episode.
Can you
My bad if I'm being a little silent to some of these, because some of these like I really like don't get all the way, because I'm not into like old times.
Wolfbane on each other is a twisted reference to the special love language they created between themselves in season 2.
I wolf you.
I wolf you too.
And thanks
I
to
remember
Valar
that.
Morghulis for pointing out that wolf is also even the brand of their oven, which Joe uses to burn Love and their home to the ground. And for a full breakdown of more details you might have missed in the season 3 finale, tap here to watch my ending explained video or follow the link in the video description. Just before the credits roll in the first episode, a screen appears in honour of actor Mark Blum, who played Mr. Mooney, Joe's surrogate father and bookstore owner in New York. Blum sadly died in March 2020 from complications arising from COVID-19. So what other details did you notice in Season 3 and what were your favourite moments? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, then a like and a share are hugely appreciated. You can tap left for my full view playlist, including the Season 3 ending explained, or tap right for my Season 4 theories, including whether Love could...
Well, alright, that's going to be the end of that. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Hope y'all like them type of videos, and keep it a honcho.